while our sweet potatoes are cooking, I'm going to start on the pizza. So some of the things you're going to need for this. First, you're going to need a tortilla. I prefer the Ezekiel tortillas. You can get them at the Co-op over in Moscow. They're a sprouted grain tortilla, and they form a complete protein. It kind of mimics the same protein you find in eggs, so that's why I prefer them. But any tortilla will do. Whole wheat preferably, because then you get the whole grain, which is really good. I'm going to take my tortilla. The perfect size for a personal pizza. You're also going to need some tomato paste. It's about 80 cents a can. You can find it at Dismores or Safeway or anywhere, really. Going to need some garlic, zucchini, tomato. I'm going to use a jalapeno because I love spice. Of course, can't forget the cheese. I'm using Cougar Gold cheese because I love it. And some spinach. So first we're going to start with the garlic. I prefer using a garlic press, but I understand if you don't own one. So this is an easy way to kind of mimic the garlic press. You're going to take your garlic, set it on your cutting board, set the knife over it kind of close to the base, and just do a nice little smash. Kind of smashes the garlic, releases the juices, and then you can slice it from there. Remember to use safe knife techniques like I taught you with the sweet potatoes. Look at that. It's so easy to chop it up like that, and then you don't have to deal with turning it all over and chopping it. Okay. So I'm going to start by spreading tomato paste onto our tortilla. Using a couple tablespoons of tomato paste. Make sure to get it nice and even. You want a thick coating of it, but you don't want it to be too thick. Just make sure you get it all the way around your tortilla. That wasn't quite enough, so I'm going to need just a little bit more. You can see I used maybe a quarter of the can. So you'll have enough to make 3 more pizzas, which is awesome. So that's about 20 cents of tomato paste a pizza. I think I can do that. Next, I'm going to put on my garlic. I absolutely love garlic, so I use a lot. But I know not everybody loves garlic, so just use however much you like for your taste. This is going to be the base of your pizza sauce. So just use your spatula or knife or whatever you have lying about. Spread her on in there. Make sure the garlic spreads all the way around because you want to get nice garlic tomato sauce with every bite. Alright, perfect. Next we're going to use some of the Cougar Gold cheese. I grated a bunch earlier, but just to get a little more in there. Alright. If you don't have a cheese grater, you can just chop your cheese up with the knife. Knife is your best friend when you're cooking. I'm going to sprinkle this on over. Make sure it's nice and even. But I'm not going to use all the cheese that I grated. I grated about a cup because I want a little bit for the end so I can put it over the top of the ingredients I'm going to place on there. Now the pizza I'm making today is vegetarian just because I really wanted some fresh vegetables. But you can make it with meat or any ingredients you want. I just happen to really like these ingredients. So I'm going to slice up my zucchini, cut the end off here, discard that, and then make some nice thin slices. Even and thin. I'm going to cut about half of the zucchini up for this pizza. I might not use all of it. Kind of, we'll just see how much piles on there at the end. And then my Roma tomato, again I'm going to slice the end off, and then nice thin slices. Probably use about half of this tomato as well. So we've got more for another pizza. If you have your roommate or your friend over and you want to cook for them and impress them, you can make them one too. I'm slicing the tomatoes in half so they form little half moons. I think they look prettier. Next I'm going to slice up my jalapeno. A lot of the spice from jalapeno comes from the seeds. So if you don't like spice, then you can just take the seeds out if you want the pepper flavor. I actually like spice, so I'm leaving them in. Alright, now we're going to assemble this. I'm going to put the tomatoes on there in a nice little pattern. Ooh, I have a lot of tomatoes. Don't need that many. And then place the little zucchini rounds. Alright, next I'm going to just kind of coarsely grate up the spinach. Coarsely chop, not grate. Quite literally just a couple chops with the knife. I'm going to sprinkle that over the top of the zucchinis and tomatoes. And then I'm going to place the jalapenos in there. Distribute them so that there might be a jalapeno with every slice that you're going to be eating. And then I'm going to take the remaining bit of Cougar cheese, sprinkle it over the top. That's it. How easy was that? It also includes some local ingredients with the Cougar cheese and tortillas from the co-op, and you can get all the rest of these ingredients when the farmers markets are going. Unfortunately, it's March, so we can't get those right now at the farmers market, but we can get them all at Dismart. I'm going to slide this onto my cookie sheet, then I'm going to place it in the oven. Now this is a perfect time because the amount of time it took me to prepare this is the amount of time you need to be able to flip the sweet potatoes. So while this guy is going on the lower rack, I can pull my sweet potatoes out. Oh, they're cooking perfectly. And I can flip them on over. Look at that. And in about 8 minutes time, dinner's going to be ready. Gives me just enough time to clean up before I have to serve my meal. Welcome back. Well, I've cleaned up in here a little bit and the food's ready, so I'm going to pull it on out. Oh. Sweet potato fries are sizzling and perfect. Put them in this bowl here. Oh, I missed. Next, our pizza. Remember how high those ingredients were piled before? Well, now they've flattened out nicely. Take my knife, just cut it into little triangles. I'd like to thank my former roommate, Susanna Minichello. She used to make little tortilla pizzas when she came home as a quick snack, and I watched her and came up with this idea on my own. It's really good. Really hot. The fries are really hot too. And that's it for today. Happy eating.